building up in my throat from all the talking I've done. Which is weird if you consider I've actually been talking longer in other situations. We're gonna go talk to Mio-Un. Yeah, until I feel a little better, I don't think I'm gonna be trying any voices either. You know, I know I say that and then I'll do a voice anyway. But I think this might be one of those times that I actually mean it. Welcome back, Firemac. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deep Croft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Baderon's ringing endorsement left me in little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being that what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Here it is. Aver's gone, and it's all your fault. If he hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He would have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah, to hell's with this pathetic excuses for a party. I'm leaving. It'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye, and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes to as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Aver's head, bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Avery. Please forgive me. Alright, so fun fact about that. If you want to know more about that story, play The Palace of the Dead. And there's actually, the story also continues in Tamtara Deep Croft hard mode. That's all I'll say. But there's actually some fun story with that. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes 12 times in half as many days. That makes 12 times in half as many days. Okay. Now you see why I am grateful for adventurers of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would trust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. Oh my god, we're going back to our girl. Going back to our girl. Sugar. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I'll be glad to share the details with you. They're all following the same pattern of dialogue trees, too. It's okay. So we're done with Architect and a little trip. Wonderful! As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Momodi and the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultan's version of myself. I know who she is! Oh my god. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now off you go, Firemac, and good... Oh, that's not the thing. That's the thing. Yo, what up, Enips? How long you been there? A minute. Well, welcome aboard. We're on dungeon number 3 of the introductory dungeons. And we're about to be. Welcome to the quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now. If you wouldn't mind showing yourself to... Oh, it's you, Firemac. And there I was, spouting the same tired line. Mio sent the word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. There ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started. So let's talk business, shall we? The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty! Another second under that sun and I would have been set afire. A tankard of ale, if you would be so kind. Excellent timing, Papa Shun. It just so happens the adventurer who will be handling your petition is here. Oh! Why, if it isn't my good friend Firemac! It does my spirit well to know that you are the one who will be helping us. Mayhap you'd like to apprise Firemac on his mission? Yes, of course, the petition in question was submitted by the acquaintance of mine at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to the unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are the clan known as the Hecatonchires, fearsome creature who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn Dynasty. Alas, it seems that they managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Throne Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, milady. The people of that age used the Hecatonchires to work their mines by way of enchanted helms. They were able to bind ferocious creatures to their will, but as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecatonchires, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels, so it was that great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It is said that the mines were being reopened as soon to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries, that's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed! That makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. Oh, God bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In that case, you don't know. Copperbell Mines is in western Thanaland. Do take care, you hear? Ah, and one last thing before you depart. An employee of Amagina and Sons is friendly at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell Mines as well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Ugh! Oh my god! Tips for Dora. Oh, he's right there. It's not Painted Mesa. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him! So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You got guts, mate. I just hope you got the skills with them, cause things ain't pretty down there. The Hecatonchires is... My god, why did they freaking... Why did they put a freaking junction word there? Left the place in the right state. And nary a week after mining resumed. I don't know why you've known this, but Copperbell was old when the old... Yeah. Copperbell was old when the second Old Dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well that the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under mountains worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong! Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches is keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some silent and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nations is resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Ah! God, I think that was the worst one yet, as far as introductions go. Okay. To Copperbell. And I think after Copperbell, we're finally going to get to meet the Scions, right? Because I honestly don't remember the order of events this early of the story. There's been an incident inside Copperville Mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety, I suggest that you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the Hekahon Kairos? I didn't think that Papa Shan would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only for a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see them, the better. Make ready as best as you can and enter at will. Yay. Okay. Enough. Let me go. Halatali. Is that a... I don't remember that's a mandatory dungeon. I don't think it is. This is one of the slower dungeons to solo too. Yeah, it's been so long. I'm gonna forget like the certain things. Yeah, spring doesn't do much when you still have to stop and, like, get stuff. That's why I'd say it's one of the slower ones. Wow, those... I didn't even aggro those other two enemies. There's like rocks in the way for this. That must be Copperbell Mines hard. I do remember we do need the fire sand. Let me pick it up before they get to me. Yeah, got it. I do need to kill you guys now, though. Did it not do it? What? Did I not pick up the fire sand? Oh, I need more fire sand, don't I? Okay, there we go. Our pseudo boss fight. Help out on blue? Would you get any experience if we did it unsynced? Like you don't, but there we go. Well, for the next dungeon, we could try Enips. But I don't know how far away the next dungeon is, story-wise. Because this is the end of the introductory dungeons. What level is your blue, Enips? $44. Yeah, I don't think you'd be getting much level. You'll definitely be able to help out in one of these dungeons. So I was gonna say, like, you'll be a blue mage will be a lot more useful when we reach like Heaven Sword dungeons. Maybe some of the ones at the end of Realm Reborn as well. Oh, right, this fight. Oh, can I just... I might be able to just smack this to death. Oh, wrong button. I might be able to just kill him normally. You don't have to do the mine stuff or anything. We're doing it. There's still more. There we go. Well, that was fun. Grab the fire sand. If you can figure out where the next dungeon is between here and wherever, you can totally try it out and see if you get any experience. Almost done with this dungeon. Slaves no more, free, free. Man, I haven't seen these cutscenes in forever. It's almost like I'm watching for the first time. Whoa, hello. Gotta deal with any of that crap. 1,000 Malls of Totorek. That's a mandatory one? Because any optional dungeons, I'm not doing them because, you know, this is strictly story. Report to Painted Mesa. You're back there. Awesome. I can just go back home. That's like 20 plus quests away? Are you serious? The Sylph Elder. Oh my god. Oh, that is a good while away. Wait, why is this about to start a fight? Why is this about to start a fight? I don't remember this starting a fight. Well, good thing we're doing it on very easy. Ah, the Conqueror of Comperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Ulda will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papashan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Moedi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive in one piece. She's like right across, like right behind me. What's voiced? Oh, this guy. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine! You stole from me! Don't even think to deny it! Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I brought this paid for with my own coin. What rot! You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice of cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the Brass Blades. You know, help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens, but I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, authorities needn't hear of your crime. This is weird. It's like not a voiced scene, but there's voiced sounds. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 as me witness. Please, adventurer, help me, I beg of ye. I swear on me mother's grave, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I had saved. I only wanted to treat me children to a decent meal. Who the hells are you when you're at home? This dog's master? Wait, what? Did I say that right? Who the hells are you when you're at home? This dog's master. The dog's master? This dog's master. I've had enough of this mummer's farce. You lot, teach them a lesson. This leads into me hanging out the Scions, I believe, if I recall correctly. Alright, I have like no skills right now. Not bad for an adventurer. Oh, I should have stopped at the 7th ale. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Duty complete. This is Mephilia, I can't remember. No, that shouldn't be Mephilia. You're talking about the lady in the cutscene just now? That ain't her. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you, trace over. Because now we get a flashback to see that the guy was a thief. And I think Thancred shows up. I'm pretty sure Thancred shows up. I feel like he does. I swear there were more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from the trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in the other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation's more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them. It truly does. But I would be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we always have the Immortal Flames. I dare say the Brass Blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Guardian Empire, patrolling the seas for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like? And if you've no coin, you've no help. Yeah, if you've no coin, you've no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins, get your Dodo tenderloins, guaranteed cheapest in Thanalan. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you think that Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. See, that was a weird flashback, because, like, wasn't even the perspective of the girl. She was there, but it was more about those two guys there. Sir, are you alright? What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. Aye, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? Tancred, right? It's Tancred, right? Pretty sure it's Tancred. Tancred? No? Grr! I will overlook this, but just this once. God bless ye, adventurer. If ye hadn't come along when ye did, who knows what the monster might have done. It don't bear thinking about. Tancred? Feel like you're there, Tancred. All's well that ends well. Ah, there he is. We meet again. Pray do not mistake my intent, for it is always honorable, but I have been watching you ever since you departed Ul'dah. You played the part of envoy to perfection, confident as a man on a diplomatic mission should be, yet unfeignedly courteous to the betters. And when your travels led you into the midst of danger, you faced it without so much as a flinch. You, my friend, are quite a marvel. I confess to being somewhat in awe of you. But my lavish of praise continues. Most of all, I was struck by your readiness to aid those in need, even when words were all the reward you could expect to receive. Such selflessness is a rare thing in this day and age. All of which leads me to conclude that you are indeed the one who I have been looking for, an adventurer possessed of the very rare set of qualities. To be sure, your rescue of that damsel in distress was more of a happy accident, but rescue her you did, and that is what matters in the end. I feel I should mention at this point that I also harbor a burning interest in a certain talent of yours. I speak of your visions. You have been experiencing visions, have you not? Well, it just so happens that I know a woman who shares your talent and can help you understand it. She and I belong to the same organization, and we should both be delighted beyond words if you would agree to join our cause. Naturally, there are benefits to being part of such a collective. For one, we should be glad to assist you in realizing your potential as an adventurer. You need not give me your answer now. Think upon it, and if you feel moved to help us, as I pray you shall, speak with Momodi, the ever lovely and youthful mistress of the quicksand. Every time I think I'm done voicing her, she comes back. Tell her the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have found their man, and she will tell you where to find us. Yeah, I knew Mephilia wasn't a part of that. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. Ah, Firemac. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was providing guidance to a fresh off-the-carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. I never doubted for a moment you'd succeed. Of course, neither did Papashan, which ain't to say he won't be overjoyed. He won't. You say he won't be over. Oh, that came out weird. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't you actually know your name? Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Oh, it's her. It's freaking Edda. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when I'm sorry. When we were in Gridania, when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avir, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and he swore that he would be like you one day. You know, I didn't do that much for him to notice me that fast. It's a little weird. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, of all that you have achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Avir once was. I can never agree on how to say that name. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer, and I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask you your name. Firemac Summers, I shan't forget. Thank you, Firemac Summers. I pray that we will meet again. Fare you well. Adventuring can be a cruel, bleeding business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't know what ought to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Firemac. Eh? What did you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, Firemac, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk. The work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you are still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Huh. I agree, Nims. Oh no, Edda. There we go, Scions of the Seventh Dawn. This is a level 17 quest. So you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear, if I painted certain death on the door and limitless wealth on another, 9 out of the 10 adventurers would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being Oldan. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who would have made it their mission to solve some of Eorze's most pressing problems. Of course, they ain't no small task, so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Firemac. Now I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorze's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out of Western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Wakened Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, and you'll be let in. You're a man of demand. Yeah. You're a man in demand, Firemac. The days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget your old friend Momodi. Drop in and tell me how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right. Well, I've said my piece. Off you go. Whew. Alright. To Horizon! We finally get to meet the crew. And this will not be a fun trip to make every, like, 2 quests. It's Tataru! Yeah, I thought about taking the boat, but I don't know if that's technically faster or not. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, and she's singing that. I'm not singing that. Yearning for the heavens above, to quench my thirst for you. Tro-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo. Tro-lo-lo. Wah! I would think you not to speak up on me like that. Now, please be advised that this is a private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... I don't know if I'm going to give her a voice, man, because she's going to be talking a lot. Here at the behest of Thancred. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Firemac Summers. Firemac Summers. Ah, here you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. An antecedent. An antecedent? Oh boy. Hey look, it's a Science of the Seventh Dawn. I don't know you at all. Nameless person. I take it you are Firemac Summers. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. It's the crew! Look 'em!
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
And that was her original voice?
I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here.
Everyone's in their baby clothes, man. It's weird.
No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us.
They still haven't called it the Echo yet. Just noticed that.
Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent.
There it is.
Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul. A power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past.
The Echo.
You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo.
The Echo.
With that established, let us return to the subject of the primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent.
I'll react to what you just said here in a second, Enibs.
Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm.
Just want to get this cutscene done first.
I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Okay. So apparently back in 1.0, Word of Light did change events through the Echo once or twice. Then why are you so useless, Minfilia? Huh. So while we were in our flashback power, we actually managed to change something? Is that what that means? Because that's kind of crazy. Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies. At a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar? Oh my god, do I just now unlock retainers? For example, are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you required, my lady. Scribble, scribble, scribble. I love that they'll sometimes go out of their way to pan the camera away from any paper, but then they'll just sometimes just straight out show that they have nothing in their hands. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure's mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement. But believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you and your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater goods besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all are concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. Censure? In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. Is that the same password from Final Fantasy II? Or was that Desert Rose? It might have been Desert Rose. Oh yay! Hind retainers, cool. Get that out of here. Okay. Look, it's Uranje, Ida, Papalimo, Thancred, and Yashtola. And of course, Minfilia. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it is what first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, Firemac. I'll go whither the wild rose blooms. Yours is no small endeavor. The dangers are great. Let's go with the Wild Rose one. A Wild Rose by any other name.
I take it you will help us.
Yay, more voiced scenes.
Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells?
Sharlayan.
It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard.
I gotta remember how to pronounce that right. Sharlayan.
The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom, both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there. Welcome. Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
It's the weirdest way to say welcome.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the
So,
team.
from my understanding, if you start in the other cities, instead of meeting Thancred, you would meet the other two, so if you were in Gridania, you would meet the Ida and Papalimo. And so I guess if you started in Limsa, you would meet Yashtola.
I never doubted that you'd come. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Yashtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings.
Why didn't they put you in freaking Gridania, where your freaking sister is?
Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Freaking Oranje.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh my gosh, the voice is so different.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, This time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Yes, F, Charlie, and Enos.
Aye. The evidence left behind implicates the Emolja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit.
I know you're going to say Ifrit, but I'm going to keep saying Ifrit.
If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Are we about to fight Ifrit? Is the Ifrit fight actually this close?
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions, crimes which we believe to be connected, assuming we are correct. It is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abduction should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missings were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Camp Drybone time. Camp Drybone time. Wait, do we meet quote unquote Marcus? I think his name was Marcus. Where was this guy? Is he inside the building? Nope, he's down, so he's in here. He's gotta be in here. No? The heck? Oh, there you are. Jeez. About a freaking well. Hi, I'm Isambard, here to search for the missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventure fitting your description to be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look at me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to see the victims safely returned. Let us get right to it then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the search of Saint Adama Landama, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure the remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of the Amalja what the Amalja seek in this area. So where am I going? Right there? That's like nothing. I thought they were gonna make us go much farther than that. Let's get a ripe corpse. Oh, that's someone else. Well, I just helped out a sprout. Ripe corpse. A ripe corpse. Another ripe corpse. Is it good to see you return? Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day. Hey, thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities that they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Reborn every day, and even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for the vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust, who was born here in Reborn and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows that the people here are better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away at the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not the like to speak to you. Alright, so I don't remember this part that well. Oh yeah, Ungust is this guy. Well, gods be damned! You're the bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What in the seven hells did you want with me now? Dear friend? Missing people? Please help! Yours, Isambard. Folk around here are just as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed them some hard labor out of them. I did. If anything, they're more timid than before with all the disappearances. You can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Oh my god. Okay, let's never do that again. Forcing that belch. Please, sir, leave me be. I have nothing to say but this. Thou take who or whatever's been feeding off of us low folk. Oof, oof. What do you want from me? I don't know anything. I swear, please don't kill me. Well, that was productive. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of getting folk abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Welcome back, Firemac. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use.